Okay, so this is being recorded now. Okay. Um, okay, so last week I forgot to record, so I am recording this. Sorry about that. All right, so looking at that Zaha Hadid gallery, let's say, for example, you have a wall that curves. Maybe we'll have there. This will be window with mullion, maybe like one of those like oval columns. So maybe if we're going to draw this, we're drawing at side of the restaurant. Let's just say there's some space age furniture here. I'm designing some custom furniture as we sit here and do this. I want this to be like a ovoid, kind of like the exterior wall that's around it. Okay. All right. Table. I'll do a table here. Here. Maybe change the angle of that. Okay. All right. I'll do something like this. Okay. So if you have a curve like this, something that you could imagine is that this might fit inside a rectangle like that. So if you're doing like setting up a perspective, you could set up a perspective for this right angle here, and then we'll shape it to fit. Like we'll just kind of change the contours of it to put in that curve. Okay. Fold this. So we're just going to do this like a little bit of here, like looking this way. All right, so where do I start? What do you start with? Somebody. If you're making a perspective drawings, what would you start with? Take a guess. I know you know.
Would you do the back wall?
That is the first part that I would draw. Yes. But the first thing I want before, so I've got some point of reference, is my horizon line. Then I'm going to put in some vanishing points here. Now I'm inventing the perspective. I'm just kind of like, I'm doing the perspective really more like by sight. So instead of the plan projection that you're familiar with from the 107 class, I'm going to look at this and say, if I'm here, let's say I'm like here checking out, this cool little seating area. You could say, here's my, I've got my vanishing points would be like up here, but I've got a drawing out. I've got my vanishing points in my drawing set up because I want them to be far enough away that I don't get distortion, which might mean that I'm like, really standing farther back here. But the idea is just like if you look at something that's curved initially, you can enclose it in a rectangle, which I can start doing. Like I'm going to make this a taller ceiling. Put this a little bit off center. I don't want to go. I'm thinking about my floor, so I don't want to go too low below the horizon line. Okay. There. So that is this rectangular corner. I can see, like when this curves, this guy cuts off, like you lose this corner here. I can imagine that that might look something kind of like that. But I'm going to go right, I'm going to take this like curve like to the wall and to the wall. And I'm going to lighten this stuff without getting rid of it. Okay. How's that look? Like magic, right? All of a sudden I have this room with a curved wall. This wall curves back a little bit toward me. So I'm going to peel away from that straight line from my original edge. This one starts to come way back before it curves back away like that. And then somewhere here I've got this, as this comes out about to its farthest, I've got this column. Okay. I'm just gonna, and then I've got that there, and that curves out into the room a little bit more than this like wall of windows. Okay. It's not bad. Then, so like this is about like 5.5 or 5 feet for your horizon line, like anywhere in the drawing. If I'm over here against this, like this glass here, this is let's say I'll call it 5 feet. Here, from here to here, also 5 feet. So this tells you as this curves toward you, coming down lower than the horizon line, this is still like, this is just getting bigger as it comes towards you. According to my plan, I have this custom sofa, and table. I'm not sure this is great. I think I'm going to move this. This is a little haphazard. Um, I'm going to put the sofas. I'm going to move this one here. There, we have like a small side table. Make some of these drink tables smaller. And then want to leave the, I kind of want to leave it open in front of the tables, or in front of the sofas. That's a little bit better. Okay. So something that I've done, I showed you in the past, one of the, just in looking at my floor plan, because I'm not doing projection, I'm going to sketch out, do my best here to sketch out like just a shape on the floor. For where things go. You know, I think I want to have like a little like a chair in here. And then we'll put a table there. We might not see this little table right here. Okay. Now, before I get into the furnishings, I want to see where I put these. The mullions that hold the glass. That because I have a mullion right about here. So initially, because this is a sketch, I'm going to start it off just as parallel lines. And then I don't see anything. There's a mullion on this, just on the side of the column. My next one is about here. And I think I'm going to try to keep even spacing. So my initial sketch has them a little farther apart, but I'll just do something like that. Hey, what do you think so far? Is it good? Is it terrible? Looks pretty bad, doesn't it? No, it doesn't look bad. If I do say so myself, this is allowing me to visualize this floor plan that I just dreamt up, and got my objects positioned on the floor. This is pretty good. Trees. I think I'm going to put some trees. So this, I think there is some like maybe some wooded scenery. Doing some sketching in some landscape foliage, something out there. I just I'm trying to give like a suggestion of the edge, the top edge of like some trees. So I'm just kind of like skipping the pencil across and doing something like that. Maybe side of the pencil, hold this down. Do some of this before I put in the furniture, in case I don't want to get too far into it and find like I want to put some stuff outside there. Okay. Up here. There. Okay. This is cool. All right, so I know I've seen furniture like this before. These little love seats. I don't want to curve this one, make this one lean out too much. I want this side, but I'm trying to get a curve. This back here so I can draw the edges, the edges of the seat and the arms and all that. That's not too bad. Okay, this one curves back. Set this one. Bit of peak up there. Okay. So remember, like a sketch. Like what I'm doing with this sketch is just like trying to begin by getting just kind of locking in where the furniture is. I'm going to have these kind of like they're meant to be kind of flush to the floor. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe we'll do a little shadow coming forward since there's a window right behind it. And then the chair, I'm going to draw right over the table and the settee there. That doesn't look well. This is a bit of a awkward position for this chair to be in because it kind of like almost lines up with the edge in terms of like where the height of the arm should be. But I think maybe what I'll do, sometimes that happens where like this is just like what you get is like this edge is a little close to this one. I am going to make this chair darker so that it stands out away from this one so I don't, that doesn't look like it's some weird growth off of that chair. It still might, but but even like if you were doing this and talking to someone about like, here's what I'm thinking, maybe we can put this like this style of furniture here in this arrangement. This gives you an idea of what you might be looking at, doesn't it? And you can tell me if it doesn't. It would be better for me to know. I am not entirely unhappy with this. Okay. Okay, so that's so this is like the sketching from this floor plan right here. I just, partly I'm using my imagination, but I mean, like if I can draw this corner, and I draw this corner first so that I have some point of reference for my curve. And I can enclose this curve in a rectangle, and then I can draw the rectangular perspective first, and then curve off of it based on where I see this curve interact with this straight, this sort of like, straight imaginary wall. Okay. What else outside? I think I might want to do like, maybe I'll do like a little plaza. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to imagine that there are, oh, look at this. There are going to be people standing out here. There's somebody. So here's the thing with like people. See where the head, there's the bend. The horizon line is approximately 5 feet here. If you want to say there's a person standing here, so I'm imagining this is like a there's going to be some fence or balustrade here. And then there's people out here. There's some reception going on. There are people hanging around. If I say there's a person standing right here, the head is here. Or maybe if the person's a little taller than 5 feet, then with the 5 feet eye level, the person can be here. But if I want the person standing here, I want to try to control the scale so that the feet are here and head is here. I got to make sure I don't make the person too big on the way up to there. That's better. So this person here is like standing back here. This person's back here, so the scale's a little bit bigger. A person standing inside, like right, let's say there's a person standing up here, eye level, there, feet here, like standing here. So like, you can just have like a like like maybe like a trapezoid for the torso, legs. And if you do this and it's not quite the right scale, then you can just say, okay, I'll fix the scale. But that's okay. The furniture now looks a little small if this is the scale of a person here, but not too much, not too small. That really didn't mean for the sofas to be very long, very wide. Um, yeah. Okay. And you see, like my figure is, I kind of developed this idea listening to people say, I can't draw a stick figure. Yes, you can, but a stick figure is not very good anatomy. There's no neck, no shoulders, no hips, no joints in the arms or legs. So if you do something like this and give this creature a neck and then shoulders, so I'm going to draw this bigger. Here's my modified stick person. Head, neck, shoulders. You can come down here and make that kind of like rectangle for the torso. You can, customize this for different body types if you want to. Arm, change the angle to give the person an elbow. And then you can come down here with legs. Knees are going to be somewhere there. Feet. I'm going to foreshorten this foot a little bit. There. Yeah. Head's a little bit so here. I can just say here is my person. This person's got a decent amount of hair. There. So, you're not really that far from being able to stylize this, and then I can just like make this, like kind of fill this out and make the arms wider. There. How's that look? You can do that. You should try it. Maybe we'll do this in class on Wednesday. That'll be fun. We'll get you to draw some simple figures in these drawings, because it looks more like a real place if you put people in it, doesn't it? It does. Okay. That's not bad. Cool. All right, what do you think? Does that look good?
Looks good.
Yeah. I'm not unhappy with this. This is all right. So then I might, like if I do this, if I just dream this up and think like I'm thinking of this kind of sofa, this little like settee sofa that I've drawn, it reminds me of some Art Deco furniture by the French designer Marcel Cord. And you saw some of his work in the history class. And I might go looking for something, if this were like the beginning of like just like coming up with a concept for a client, I might then be looking for sofas that are either like, depending on how much money they have, the real, like a new, see if there are any manufacturers making new versions of Marcel Cord's furniture, or if there's a similar type, like a similar design that is the same, that has the same kind of like the same kind of organic form as this. Okay, good. Well, and then like maybe here I would do like I want to figure out what I'm doing with my background a little bit. The backgrounds can be kind of fun once you put in the work. If I have There's like a balustrade. Maybe there's like a lawn back here. And then here you have like, this will be woods or some nature area back there. There. I don't want this exterior to be so prominent that it makes it harder to see the interior. Okay, that's good. Then I might come at this with maybe some gray markers. With the graphite pencil, colored markers are going to get, like the colors are going to get really dirty with the graphite because the graphite's just going to get into all of the color. With like a gray marker, like even just like one light gray marker, let's see what do I have here handy. It's a little dark up here. Why not? I can clean some of this up. We're going to be like anodized black aluminum for these mullions. This is better. So this is just like the comparable to the N2. This is a C2, so it's a cool gray, not the neutral gray. Just happen to have a cup of these sitting by. And it's interacting with that soft graphite and making it dark. That's pretty good. This is getting better and better, I gotta say. Show my figure back here. All right, I think graphically that's a little bit better. Not sure about this is a little awkward area, but that's okay. All right, there's your demonstration for Monday. Any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I think it's very cool. I love the circular shape. that it has.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah,
Very
I like
nice.
it too. Um, you know, it's you're not stuck with the rectangle. You can imagine things that have curves, and there are ways for you to draw that.